Hello, everybody, and welcome to our September the 9th live feed update show, which is hopefully going to be a quick show because we got a lot more to do and more shows to bring you today, and not really a lot on the feeds. Like a lot, like a ton, but not really a ton of game talk, but a ton in a way that has happened. So I'm going to fill you in on all of that, on what is hopefully, okay, look, I put the white chapstick on while the intro was playing. I couldn't see what it looked like. I feel like okay, we're back. So pina colada-y. I'm hungry. Look, I'm gonna hope to do this show quick, and watch that we won't, and it is what it is. So first, let me remind all of you that if you missed any of our past shows, you can check them out over at yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21, not just for this season's shows, but for any season of Big Brother, as well as all the other shows we cover. It's all on our website. Find out where you're placing in the trash draft, spoiler graphics, and more. Everything over on our website. And make sure that you're following us on TV Co. if you're watching this in the future, because that's where we're doing this live right now. It's where we do all of our shows. Big Brother shows live is on TV Co. So make sure you're following us there. Now, a note about that. Tomorrow, I will be at DragCon in New York City doing interviews with TV Co. So I did put out a tweet. If you guys are Drag Race fans, I put out a tweet. You have a little bit while longer if you want to go and put in questions for your drag queens. It's very easy. It's a form. It's literally, what's your name? Who's the question for? And what's your question? It's 3 things, super easy, and I have the list of all the people there. So if you want your questions asked to the drag queens, fill out that form after this show. But it also means I probably will not have a live feed update show tomorrow, because we'll be there all day doing that tomorrow. But make sure that you're also following me on YouNow, because that's the other place I go live every single day. And we talk reality TV and other stuff, so make sure you're following us in both places, TV Co. and YouNow. Of course, if you want to help support our shows, consider becoming a patron. You get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, weekly shows just for patrons, the after shows with the house guests at the end of the season, prize giveaways, John's cooking shows, just so much over in the patron group, and it's a really great way to help support us. Of course, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, or if you have any Amazon shopping to do, use our Amazon link. Follow us on Instagram. You guys know the deal. Your sharing of our stuff on social media is so helpful. So tell your friends, share it on social media, put it in places you don't see it. If you're at Best Buy, load up our website on a screen. I don't know. Just share it. It's very, very helpful. I know a lot of people are confused because they miss a daily live feed update show and they want to go back to watch it, and then they click the link and it brings them to the web page. And, you know, then they think that because the show's not at the top of that web page, that then it's gone. No. There's a playlist. You just have to click the little icon to bring up the playlist to go through all of the Big Brother shows. I was seeing if that was easy for me to show you right now. While I'm pulling that up, Dame Jane, I got all of your questions. Thank you very much. That is, I got all of your questions. I was just looking over them right before the show. I'm just doing this to show people because people seem to be confused. So when you go to the Your Reality Recaps page, right at the top, there's the playlist. You can see it here. And then you see the 3 little buttons in the upper right. It's like 3 little dash lines. You click that, and then boom, it slides out the list of all of the shows. That's how you guys find the shows. For those of you that were like, ooh, we can't find them. So I hope that that helps you if you've been having trouble finding the show. Melanie says, sorry, I just saw that you were live. Melanie, I'm going to be docking you. This is going on your permanent record. Lindsay, if you are watching this back, as I know that you watch all shows back, please put a permanent mark on Melanie's permanent record that she was alerted late that we were live. You missed the opening song. We had a big musical number. Vanessa came and she showed us, told us the sex of her baby, showed us an in utero picture. We were live in the exam room. We had Alexa come on as a special guest. You've missed a lot, okay? It's going to be edited out in the in the edited version of this show, so unfortunately you missed the moments. Okay, we must move on, everyone. We must move briskly, gingerly, and swiftly along. Because there was a lot. Now, I went live yesterday right after the double eviction episode. So if you missed that, it is now on the website and iTunes and YouTube and everywhere. You can go back and watch that show to get the reactions from what happened after the double eviction. It was very fun. And then we're all like waiting. We're all like, all right, when's the HOH going to start? Ooh, the HOH isn't starting yet. Where is it? We don't know. And then the feeds go down, and we go to Puppy Cam, and we're like, ooh, yay, Puppy Cam! And then it's like midnight, and we're like, oh, that's weird, but okay, Pop TV is not on yet. And then it gets to be like 12:59, and we're like, ooh, Pop TV is on in 1 minute, and the feeds aren't back. This is weird. And then the feeds come on at like 1 o'clock, Pop TV comes on, and we see Nicole has the key around her neck. In a shocking twist of events, they decided, let's just let Nicole remain HOH. At least that's what we all thought. But it turns out, no. They did not play HOH. Apparently, the feeds were on Puppy Cam for all that time because Cliff had an asthma attack. And Holly was throwing up, so they had to postpone the HOH. So we know that Bailey and Swaggy were there, they were on the lot, they were ready to go, but apparently Cliff and Holly screwed it up for everyone. And apparently they showed them, like, based on things that the house guests were saying afterwards, it almost seems like they showed them maybe what some of the events look like. Because they were making references to how the competitions looked on the television during the double eviction, which was leading some of us to think, well, maybe they showed it to them while the feeds were down? So, I don't know. But there was clearly shenanigans that was happening last night, so we thought, this is unprecedented. I don't believe, and nobody has told me that I'm wrong yet, I don't believe this has ever happened in BB history before. I don't believe we ever had a scenario where an HOH did not happen on a Thursday after the double. Or ever, where a HOH was postponed. It actually got me to thinking, what would really happen if somebody got sick? Like, legitimately, what would happen if, during the live show, something happened to one of these people where they could not go and perform in the HOH? Do they just say, okay, then you forfeit your spot? Sorry? Is there some, like, backup plan for what to do in this scenario? That's a question that I wish somebody would ask Allison Grodner, because I'd like to know the answer. I would like to know the answer. Wasn't Joe Costa sick for a POV and then played anyway and Donnie wanted to use it on her? Yeah, but I'm not talking about a POV. I'm not talking about something that is not live. I'm specifically saying, what if during the Thursday night live show, when they are all supposed to be competing in the HOH live, if something happens to one of them where they physically cannot compete in it? Does it get held, or do they just not go? Like, how does Big Brother fill that time? Like, I'm just curious of the way that it would work. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. Lost in King Cruz says, Holly is pregnant. Cliff is wheezing in his third trimester. It was a night of the unexpected. I don't think Holly's pregnant. I don't think you can get pregnant in the Big Brother house. I would imagine that okay, now, if there's something you should know about me, you should know that when it comes to math and science and biology and stuff, I'm like an expert. Did I say Bailey? Did I say Bailey? She said it. Oh, wait, so they're saying that it was, heard it on a few podcasts that they were not done building the comp yet. Okay, so then maybe that's what it was. Maybe they were not done building, maybe they are not done building the comp yet. I mean, look, I don't want to spread, like I said, people were asking me, what do you think the HOH is going to be? And I said I thought it would be like wedding themed for Bailey and Swaggy. Now, I don't feel like it's wrong of me to say, because I mean, it is public information and it's been public information for a really long time. That they apparently got married a long time ago, like back in February, I thought. Like they had like a private ceremony, I thought, and actually legally got married like a long time ago. So I don't know that it actually has to do with the wedding theme. So I guess some people, right. Oh, you were saying Bailey got pregnant in the house. Yes. Okay. Yes, I guess that is true. So then I guess I am wrong. People have gotten pregnant in the house before. It was a Netflix and chill comp. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that is horrible. I can't imagine being away from your family and losing a child. That is horrific. That is honestly horrific. Like, of all the people that don't like Baggy, I don't know why I do that, because I want to say Bailey and Swaggy, and it comes out Baggy. I can't help my tongue twister. I hope for all the people that don't like them or feel however they feel about Swaggy or Bailey, I hope that you guys are at least sensitive to that topic, because that, you should never wish a miscarriage on someone. That is horrific. That being said, spoiler, well, okay, we'll put a pin in that for a minute. We'll put a pin. We're not done until tomorrow. We're not done with what happened last night yet. So then, as the night went on, there was just kind of a lot of awkwardness, I guess you could say, between everybody. Number one, I found it interesting that nobody really addressed anything. Tommy just kind of understood. He got it. He's clearly feels defeated, but I guess hopeful that he could win the HOH. Nicole was over the moon with her HOH basket. So we know that this has been a long time coming for Nicole, that she has been waiting to win. And just the amount of enjoyment that Nicole had on her face from her HOH basket. Hold on, let me see what photos we have of it. She got photos of her family. She then came along and she was explaining to us who everybody in her family was. Okay, I got it right here. So, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so here is her kind of HOH basket. She got a letter from her mom. It was very unicorn themed, lots of pinks. As we can see, she got the unicorn headband in her HOH basket. She got unicorn slippers because, I mean, obviously, why would we not want a unicorn? Oops, sorry. Why would we not want a unicorn slipper? And she was just so over the moon excited about it. Showing us what her family looks like, which, again, it is so weird to know, like, how close Nicole lives to me, because, you know, she was so proud showing off, like, her backyard. And she's like, see, this is my backyard. I'm like, yep, that is all of our backyards around here. All of our backyards are just woods. And those little, like, line your garden things, I feel like everybody has them, and it was just fun for her to show us her family and talk to us about them and how much that this, you know, is gonna mean to them and mean to her. And I loved it. I loved seeing Nicole get to experience it and just the sheer joy that she had. I have to say, in all the times I've seen people getting HOH baskets, she was just so happy. Normally, people that win HOH baskets on a double eviction, like, yeah, sure, they're happy, but they also have, like, an air of almost kind of, like, subtweeting. Like, you know, like, passive-aggressively complaining. Like, oh, but I don't get a room, or I don't get like, she didn't complain about one thing. She was just literally so happy. She set up her entire dresser top as if it was the HOH room. Like, she set up her pictures, she put her basket, she put the like slippers at the bottom. Like, she had her whole HOH room shrine all set up in her room to her family, which I thought was super just sweet. And it is nice to watch someone that loves the game so much love the aspects of the game. And that's why I do want Nicole to win on a selfish level, because I love how much this game means to her. So, that being said, everybody just ended up, you know, kind of petering off, going their own ways, and going to bed. You know, Jackson was doing a lot of his, it was so nice to know that the loyalty that I had to other people was repaid, and, you know, I had all my trust in like, you, Nicole, but now I know that you gave me that trust back, and, you know, I believe Jackson. I believe that Jackson really cares about Nicole. I know a lot of people are still saying this was the stupidest move that Nicole could have made. Why would she do this? Again, this was the smartest move for Nicole. We know that Jackson and Holly will take her to Final 3. We know that from his DRs. We know that from his actions. We know that because it benefits his game the most. We know he's going to do that. Why would she turn on people that would take her that far into the game and lose 2 jury votes? It still does not make any sense. Now, do I think that next week or this coming up week she should take a shot? Yes, because they all agreed that that's what they were doing. They all agreed that at 4, that's what they were going to do. So, yeah, I hope she goes for them now. It would be great. Podcasters and alum were very critical of her move. I didn't like what I was reading last night. Look, that's okay. Everybody can have their own opinion on the way people play the game. It's very easy for all of us to have our opinions. We're not playing. for me, I can make lots of arguments for what Nicole, why Nicole made the best move. At the end of the day, she would have lost Holly and Jackson's vote. And let's face it, Tommy and Christy were not going to go far with Nicole either. She would have become the next biggest target. So she's losing jury votes. She's becoming a target instead of having a fairly easy path to final three. I don't understand why anybody could make an argument otherwise. The only person whose argument otherwise I would accept as an argument you should listen to would be Taryn. So if Taryn has made a good argument as to why that was not a good move, you should believe him. But Big Brother people, they don't fucking watch the feeds. They're not watching the feeds. They're just reading tweets, fast forwarding through the shows and pretending like they watch and they know what's happening so that they can be relevant. I should not say all of them. There are definitely a lot of them who really do care, and they're not doing it just for social media attention. But I think probably ones that are critical are. Nicole did the smart thing, but Jackson haters ganged up on Nicole for not getting rid of him. Look, I get it. People don't like him. I get it. We're going to get to that in a minute. Look at how precious our sweet Nicole is here at her HOH shrine. Oh, she's just so adorable. I just want to stick her. Just want to turn her into a little unicorn and stick her in my pocket. Okay. He's definitely using her too. That's what his end game is. But he doesn't have to do anything sweet for her. He doesn't even have to be nice. Correct. 100%. Look, I even just said at the start of this, one of my main 3 reasons are keeping Nicole also benefits his game. So that is, of course, a reason he's going to do it. Sure. But he could have made moves to go other ways. And he didn't. So let us now go into this morning. Everybody wakes up. Nobody really still is talking that much game yet. And then we lose feeds for the HOH. Feeds return. And we find out, if you've looked at our live feed spoiler graphic over on the website, that Jackson is your new HOH. And again, I have to say, everybody, love him or hate him, he really is dominating the game and dominating his way through the game in a way that has a big target on his back. And if you put all of the personal things aside, he really is so deserving of the win of this season of Big Brother, almost more so than anybody else. And I get it. People don't like him. I'm with you. I don't like the things he has done. I don't like the personal things, the attacks. I don't like how he treats Holly in these arguments, blah, blah. But I'm putting those things aside to say, on paper, in this game, basing it on a game and game moves, he really is so deserving of this win. He really is. Now, you can also make the argument, well, a jury is going to vote based on emotion. So, therefore, you do have to factor in all of those things. Well, we'll see. We will see what happens. But he wins. Feeds come back. We see them all sitting around the table chatting. And Tommy just knows his game is over, is really the point. Holly, not pretty much, Holly does say to Tommy, we were never going after you. We didn't want to go after you. It was always going to be Christy, but unfortunately, that's just who you chose to go with. We all were breaking up into couples. You picked Christy. I picked, Jackson, obviously. Nicole took Cliff, and then it was what it was. And she's like, I'm sorry. I always had your back in this game. And, Tommy just knows he's defeated. He is not at all talking. Like, he'll have his moments of, I'm gonna win, I'm gonna win this POV. He hasn't even been nominated yet. And he's like, I'm gonna win the POV. I'm gonna win the POV. He knows what's coming. Which is why it was also very frustrating to me to watch nobody just having the conversation. Like, I just feel like at this point, why aren't you all just sitting down with Tommy and go, look, obviously we had a deal. Obviously us four are working together, and just like be upfront and honest with him. But I get it. They don't want to do that, I assume, until after POV, because if Tommy wins, then he can come down, and then they're going to lose leverage that they would have been able to have had they not had that conversation yet. So Tommy winning POV will really mess things up. So we were still waiting. It seemed like for 2 hours for Jackson to get his HOH room. We then come to find, so he gets his HOH room. We then find out that his HOH music is Backstreet Boys. So we're like, I knew he was gay. I knew this was a closeted gay if I ever... I'm kidding. No, I didn't. We then find out that Jackson told the DR that he wants his HOH music to be Nicole's, which was Backstreet Boys, so that she could have her HOH music for the week. He also told them he would forfeit his family photos in order to let Nicole keep her family photos. And... so Big Brother agreed to both of those things. Nicole gets to keep her photos for the week, and Jackson got Nicole's HOH music. And then he offered Nicole the room as well. And Nicole was like, no, you want it fair and square, yada, yada, yada. And Jackson was like, look, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. You deserve this room. They went back and forth, and, Nicole agreed to take it for one night. She wants to have the HOH room experience at least for one night. And look, so I see Lost and Cruz is like, that's strategic jury campaigning. 100%. Whether it is, not whether, everything in the game is game. And that is always what I say. Everything that happens in this game is game. So 100%. Sure, this is Jackson gaming. My point is, he didn't have to game to this extent. The fact I wouldn't have even thought of, let me change out the music for Nicole's music. Sure, maybe I would have thought, you take the room, or let's switch the room back and forth, yada yada, like those types of things. The fact that he really thought, let me make sure that she gets her music. Let me make sure she gets to keep the photos. I just feel like he really is thinking about Nicole in this scenario. So again, we can not like him for the things that he's done in the past. We can understand that there is part of this that is campaigning for a jury vote. But also, we can acknowledge it is still a really nice thing that he did for Nicole. I thought it was a super nice thing that he did for Nicole. And Maria says, I think that Zing hit the spot. He's trying too hard. I really don't think this is him trying too hard. I sincerely think he really meant doing this. However, I also agree with you. He did change his personality when he got reprimanded for the racist comments by the DR. We definitely saw a change in his personality. And I think when Jackson left, he became way less... when Jack left, I feel he became way less douchey. And then after his zing, I also feel he became less douchey as well. So, I agree. He is definitely adjusting to the feedback that he's getting. But I don't necessarily... I really think he did this for the best intention. If for no other reason, then I agree. he really didn't need to win that wall comp. He really didn't need to win that wall comp. If he really didn't care about Nicole and Cliff, he could have thrown that wall comp. So that to me, and then we saw even in his DRs, that he said he was working with them. Bridget says, even douchebags have some good in them. Right, and again, I don't want to make this the I'm defending Jackson show. I am just saying he is very young and stupid. And not that young and stupid it gets to be justification for things, but he's the age that a lot of us are when a lot of us make really stupid, horrible life decisions. And most of us change and grow from the horrible, stupid things we do when we're Jackson's age. So that's all I'm saying. I'm hoping that Jackson will come out of the house, see these things, watch himself on the feeds, watch these clips, and go, God, that is not who I want to be as a person, and change. 22, 24, whatever. Same thing. Young, early 20s is my point. I think there is such a drastic difference between 21 and 25. I think there is an even bigger difference between 25 and 30. And then I think there's like a huge difference between 30 and 40. That is at least what I have noticed in my life. So I think we're all still growing, is my point. So we'll just see. I hope for the best for all of these people when they get out of the house. I really, really do. I hope for the best for all of these people. And look, and if they don't, I'm on board with all of you. If they come out and are like, screw you guys, I didn't do anything wrong, I don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what happened, it was the edit, you didn't see it, right, if they come out and have that attitude, I'm on board with all of you. We don't need to forgive them. Like, if they're not willing to listen or hear or try and change or be receptive, I'm on board. I'm not saying we have to, like, accept anything they say. No. I'm just saying I like to give people a second chance if I see they're willing to change. Right. AKA Cody, perfect example. So, I thought that was super sweet of Jackson. Then cut to, now we're going to get to have a little bit of campaigning, and here's where Cliff pisses me off. So everyone leaves the HOH room. Of course, Cliff lingers behind. And Cliff, in talking to, Jackson, they both kind of agree, no matter what happens here with these noms, it doesn't really matter. You could put me and Nicole up, you could put Tommy and me up, you could put Tommy and Nicole up, you could put Holly and me up, it doesn't matter who the two people are that you put up. It's whoever wins POV really has the power. 'Cause God forbid that Tommy wins it, he removes himself. So, like, let's say it's Tommy and Cliff. Tommy wins it, he removes himself. Nicole's now up there. It's Cliff and Nicole. Or Cliff and Nicole win it. Cliff and Nicole go up. One of them wins it. One of them comes down. Tommy goes, like, it just doesn't matter. It's going to be whoever wins the POV is the person that holds the power. Now, yes, obviously, let's start with Tommy and someone else on the block. But Cliff, and this is where I say, like, Cliff is used car salesman to me. He plants his seeds in such an obvious way, but I feel like thinks that nobody's picking up on it. Like he's so clever because nobody could be picking up what I'm throwing down. So, like Jackson would mention Nicole and say something like, oh, I'm not really, there was a second there when Nicole came in and said she had to make the move that was best for her game, that I wasn't really sure which way she could go or what she could do. And then Cliff was like, well, that's because she puts all her trust in me, and I told her that she knew what I was gonna do. She knew that there was no way I was going against you. So, because of how dead fast loyal I am to you is why she did it. Just want to point out, I'm the loyal one. So that was the first one that kind of made me like, I don't know. And then he made another comment about how if Tommy had won HOH, that he wouldn't have put up Nicole. He made a point of being like, well, you know, if Tommy won, he was never putting up Nicole. Again, kind of saying like, I'm just saying, Nicole's gonna be the one that you need to look out for. Nicole's gonna be the one that people are gonna want to bring. I'm the better option to keep around. Like, he's not directly saying it. He's just making, like, these little comments that are letting Jackson know it's because of me that you got saved. And Nicole is the bigger threat. If Nicole sticks around, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. It could be anything, but I'm telling you. Right. He said Tommy wouldn't nominate Nicole. So, I mean, he was doing a bunch. He was definitely doing a lot in talking. Let me see what this clip is. I've already forgotten. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what's happening on this clip.
It's kind of nice, actually.
Yeah.
It's the first time this house has felt calm.
Yeah. I feel that. 7 was awkward.
We felt calm.
It really was. I don't know why it was.
I think it had to do with the this thing, too.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think
This thing,
The this
too.
thing.
I think it was the dynamic of the 7.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
Yeah.
A fucking standoff. Whose one it is.
That's like the funny thing about it is I was in the storage room and I looked at the camera and I was like, I'm so over this.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this
I
dynamic.
know, that's
Everybody's
so
acting
funny.
weird.
And then you went and won and just ended it.
Yeah.
I was over it.
Thank you, Miss Jenny Towley, for that clip. So basically what they're saying was it was awkward when there was 7 people in the house because they understood it was, you know, this couple, Jess, and all the couples knew going into this HOH now who's going to make the move. Like, whoever wins are going against the other couple. So, you know, they were just making light of how it was obviously awkward. And then they were also saying things like, we need to tell Kat that Brett, oh my God, Winston and Brett. Why do I want to say Brent? It's Brett and Winston. Right. They were like, whoever goes into jury, they need to tell Kat that we had Brett host and she missed it as a joke. And then, of course, Tommy is just like, oh, I'll do it. He's like, no problem, I'll do it. I'll do it when I see her. No problem. And letting everyone in the room know, I get that I'm the target. I get that I'm going to be the target. I get that I'm going to be the one that if I don't win, I'm going home. So after Cliff leaves, then it is now Tommy's turn to talk to Jackson. And I honestly thought we were going to get somewhere with this conversation. I honestly thought we were going to open the floodgates and be honest, because Jackson basically said, not basically, he did say to Tommy, he was like, you know, I know you guys were going to nominate us. And Tommy didn't even deny it. He was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we were going to nominate you. He's like, and by the way, you were going to nominate us. And he's like, Jackson's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. So they did it. They did both start by admitting in that double eviction, they were going to go after the other group. But then Jackson did give the same exact speech that Holly's been giving, that Nicole has said, that Cliff has said, the whole, it wasn't you, Tommy. We weren't going for you. It was Christy. Christy's the one we couldn't trust. Christy's the one causing the problems. Christy. You were always safe. We only wanted Christy. But then Tommy started to allude to the fact that Cliff and Nicole could not be trusted. So Tommy is still kind of holding on to this plan that he kind of came up with that we talked about in, I think it was our last or two shows ago, live feed update show, of the make Holly and Jackson think that Cliff and Nicole were trying to go after them. So Tommy is very much like, I'm not going to say names, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm very observant. I watch Cliff and Nicole come up and talk to you guys late night. So clearly, and I've been watching this go on for a long time, so it's clear they thought that they were working with you. But Christy and I also thought we were working with you, and, other people, Cliff and Nicole, are telling us that you're coming after us and that we should go after you. So Tommy was like, I don't like the middlemen. I don't like the people that are playing both sides. He's like, I have respect for you. You came at us, or we're able to tell each other how we feel now, but it's the people that play the middle that I don't like. So he's trying to say without saying, it's Nicole and Cliff. He is trying to still plant those seeds of doubt and create, mistrust between them. I don't think it's going to work. It's not working. Although, then Jackson goes downstairs, walks right past the couch where Holly is sleeping or napping. Talk about being furniture. She literally blended into the couch. I didn't even know she was there. Neither did Jackson. He walked right past her 2 times. Didn't even see. Like, she legitimately blended into the couch. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Big Brother doesn't care about them sleeping anymore. They're just allowed to sleep all day on the feeds. They can sleep all they want, sleep. They're sleeping right now. They were sleeping before. It's just sleep whenever you want. We don't care anymore. Apparently, they just need to be up for Pop TV, and that's it. True, Holly has been sick. But I'm not specifically just saying Holly. Like, Tommy was sleeping. Nicole was sleeping. Cliff was sitting up sleeping in the bathroom. They're all just sleeping. Okay. So, Jackson goes over to Holly. And he's like, hey. And she's like, hey, how'd it go? And he's like, I think we came up with a good plan. And she's like, okay, what? And he's like, we're going to put you up and then either Nicole or Cliff, because obviously Tommy will win the POV and take you off. And it makes more sense with you being up there next to a Cliff or Nicole, so that when Tommy wins the veto, we can kind of trust his loyalty and see where it really is. And then we'll know how he stands. And then we can probably go to the end with a better competitor. And then he's like, I'm just kidding. I can't even. And Holly's like this. Yeah. Wasn't even buying it. Didn't believe it for a second. I can go back to sleep now. So I'm just like, this is so painful. This is so incredibly painful. So, I mean, we've seen Jackson basically have all of his conversations. I have not heard him say who the other person is going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be Cliff. I mean, he was basically called to the DR before I was getting ready to start this show. And he was in there for forever, and then he since came out, and they still didn't put the feeds down for NOMS. So I was like, we just need to go live and fill everybody in on what's been going on now. But yeah, I have a feeling he's putting Cliff up because, again, Cliff was the most vocal in their conversations about it really doesn't matter what you do today. The only thing that matters is who wins POV. And Jackson also told Cliff, he's like, I'm fighting for this as if it's my life on the line. Because it is. You're part of my alliance. We are the team of 4. I want to keep this, group together and this group safe. So I 100% am going to fight to the death for this POV, which we know is going to be BB Comics tomorrow. Now, here's the only thing. I wonder, let's say it's Cliff and Tommy, will Nicole really fight for the POV? Because look, Cliff stands no chance. Cliff's not winning this. I will be a level of floored. If Cliff can win this, I'll be dumbfounded. I really think this is Tommy and Nicole's competition to win. They're the smallest, they're the lightest, they're the fastest. They're going to have the easiest time getting through the obstacle course if they can memorize it. I really think this is going to come down to a Nicole-Tommy situation. I'm not counting out Jackson. I just think he's a lot heavier. He has a lot more muscle mass. That stupid pulley is going to move way faster for him. Meaning he's going to fly by those things faster because he has so much weight pushing him forward versus like a Nicole or Tommy who could probably go by a little bit slower. But I don't know. I mean, it really is. They can't really sabotage each other, so we'll see. But what does Nicole do here? Does she win it and then have to take down Cliff, forcing Jackson to put up Holly? And then they're going to vote out Tommy, but that's gonna piss off Holly. Oh, right, they didn't do the zip line last year. It was the obstacle course. Right. Well, we'll see. I don't know what Nicole will do here, which is the more important factor in all of this. And do they make a move if they have that opportunity? If they have that opportunity, do they take a shot now at Holly? I still say no for the same exact reasons I said Nicole should not have taken the shot on the double. I don't think it is at all smart for her to take that shot until they're actually at the final 4. In my opinion, they would lose the jury votes. Correct. I mean, look, here is the way I personally would like to see it go down. If I could write, and now don't kill me, but if I could write the way the end of this show goes and try and keep as many people happy as I can, here is how I would have it go. Tommy and Cliff are the 2 nominees. Anybody but Tommy wins the POV so that Tommy is evicted. Then, the next HOH, anybody but Holly wins because Jackson can't play, so Holly doesn't win. I don't care who wins HOH, but whoever wins that HOH, Jackson and Holly end up on the block. Jackson gets evicted. Comes down to the final 3. Nicole and Holly work together. Cliff gets knocked out. And the final 2 are Nicole and Holly, with Nicole winning the game. If I could write any way that I would like it to go, that is kind of how I would like it to go. Now, Jackson's a comp beast. He ain't going down quietly. I don't really think it's gonna play out that way, but that's if I could pick how I wanted it to end, that is how I would have it end. Right, because Jackson is going to win a POV, especially if his life is on the line. But yeah, maybe if it's a crapshoot. Holly would win. The jury consists of 4 6-shooters and Nick. I think you're drastically underestimating Nick's ability to influence those people. I would like to remind you that 2 of those jurors are Sis and Kat. Pretty sure they can be convinced of anything. And remember, Jack, not a huge Holly Jackson fan. Jack, not a huge Holly Jackson fan at the moment. And by the way, neither is Sis. So not going to be that hard. Now, sure, Kat is friends with Holly, so maybe Holly, well, not maybe, I'm pretty sure Holly would get her vote, but I don't think Sis would. And I think Nick could convince Jack. I think Christy will come to logic. I think Christy will feel more betrayed by Holly and Jackson than Nicole and would give Nicole the vote. I just think Nicole has a case if she makes it to the end, is all I'm saying. Did you see Kat kiss Nick on the cheek? She really hates him. Look, I think all these people just do shit for TV. They're all aware that we're making a TV show and they're trying to do stuff for TV. So, that being said, nominations have not happened yet, but when they do, they will be posted on the spoiler graphic on our website, so you can check them out there. Because again, I will not be here for most of the day tomorrow. I probably won't be home till late at night, and then I'll just do a You Now hangout show at that point. So that is where you can find out who is the update of who are nominated. Look, you guys have a ton to watch. So let me end this show, and then I will come back into the chat with you guys for a few minutes. And just remind you, all day tomorrow when the feeds are down, check out yourrealityrecaps.com/bb21. You have tons of these daily live feed update shows to catch up on, house guest shows to watch. Watch the shows from previous seasons. We've been doing shows since Big Brother 12. And by the way, like 12 and 13, I think are all fun mashup videos. So they're not even like these. They're actually like entertaining short stories. You should watch them. Of course, like I said, I will be live on You Now, so make sure you're following us there, yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow, and I am live every single day on TV Co as well. So make sure you're following us in both places. Become a patron if you want to help support the show, and get all of the exclusive content you get for being a patron, or yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal for a one-time donation. Leave your comments below. Let me know how you think the rest of this season will come out. If you're watching on YouTube, leave it in the comments below. Thumbs up and subscribe. iTunes, 5-star rating and nice review. Comment on the website and let me know. Those are the ones I read the most, is the website comments. So let me know how you think, or if you agree or disagree with what I have said on this show. And I will see you guys in a little bit tonight on You Now, or tomorrow night on You Now. And don't forget to go and fill out the form. It is in the tweet. I will retweet the tweet in a moment. If you want any of your questions asked to the drag queens from any season of RuPaul's Drag Race tomorrow when we're at DragCon. Alrighty, everybody. Chat, stick around. I'll be back in 20 seconds. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.